we wanted to go ahead and make one of these first so that we sort of had an idea what we were doing. As you can see, we went and put handles on the sides so it would be easier to pick it up or bang it down or whatever. And there's the inside of it. We're excited. Everything matched up. And this actually measures, help me, honey. It is 14.
I think it's 14.
Oh my gosh.
Well, let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 13 and a half.
Okay, yeah. It's 13.5 inches long, and it's 5.5 inches wide, like on the inside here. So I'm going to be cutting my loaves. This will make 2 loaves, and they will be 2.5 inches wide. So then I will have a 1/2 inch left on one side that I'll just use for samples. And we went ahead and realized that it is very important that you make your cuts as straight as you possibly can. Obviously, we don't have any expensive major tools to do that, so we experimented a little. We used a handsaw and we used a jigsaw, and although we felt like we had more control with the handsaw, it did leave a little bit of jaggedy marks on the wood, which was really no big deal, but I actually liked using the jigsaw. So we're going to use that in this video, but if you don't have a jigsaw, you can use a handsaw just as easily. We did not use wood glue on this was another thing. We debated if we were going to or not. We decided that we think that the screws are going to hold it just fine. And one reason you really need to make sure everything is lined up is so that you don't have any cracks or anything where the wood meets. And you're going to go ahead and line this with freezer paper, but it just makes it easier if, you know, if everything meets up. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We need to be 2 hands doing this. If you don't have a partner to do it, maybe you could use a vice grip. Would be easier for sawing. Definitely better clamps, would I say?
Vice grip.
Vice clamps, yeah. Definitely better if you have 2 people to do it. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and I will try to talk during it. If there is a part that I don't say what needs to be done, I will go ahead and either add it in the description box below, or I will put it on the screen as the video goes. Okay, so we're going to get started. The first thing we're going to do is we have our board here. This is a 1 by 4 by 6. So it's 1 inch wide.
1 inch thick.
1 inch thick. It's actually 6.
Yeah, it's a 1 by 6.
Okay, so it's a 1 by 6. So it's about 6 inches wide, really 5.5, and then 4 feet long. So the first thing we're going to do is, because we know that this edge right here is square, or it's supposed to be, we're going to go ahead and measure the size of the mold, which we want to be, we're going to measure 15, because it's going to take off 1.5 inches once we put the piece of wood on the end. So we are measuring, let me make sure you're in view of the camera for this part.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, you're good.
15, right?
Mm-hmm. We just measure it and kind of put a little tick mark on each side, and then we actually took our level, our pink level. This pink level is the only thing we actually used out of the whole pink tool set. The drill was too weak. I don't know why they think because it's pink it needs to be not like have power, but all right, want me to do this?
Sure.
Okay, so he went ahead and marked it off at 15 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and cut, and he's going to hold the other end of the wood. And, yeah. right, you can see this end is a little bit jaggedy where I just cut it. So we just have a couple of sandpaper blocks and we're just kind of, you know, scuffing it off, and it works great. So this is the first piece. Now what we're gonna do is take this one and line it up. We found the best way to do this, instead of taking the tape measure and measuring this, was to just take this piece of wood and measure it. It seemed like it worked better when we did that, didn't it? Mm-hmm. Here's the pencil. All right, I'm just gonna mark it at 15. And then you want to measure it like we did last time, just to make sure it's 15 exactly. We kind of take this and just double check that it's at the 15. Is it? That side is. Come back over here. Why is it different?
Just a little off, maybe in cut. It's just a 1/16 of an inch off. So, just this.
So this is why it's good to double check it, because even like a 1/16 off of an inch off can make a difference if you have a gap in your, when you put the wood together. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this. Look it, I'm bloody.
There you go.
I'm bloody. I don't know how I got bloody. Okay. That's it?
Alright, so we'll come back and use this.
What are we doing? Is this for the side? Other side?
All three pieces are the same.
Right. So we are doing one more of the exact same thing. So you're going to have 3 pieces that are the same. You're going to have one for the bottom, and one for the top, or one for the side, and one for the other side. Now there's a couple different ways you can put it together, and it's going to make a difference with the size of your mold. If you put it together, if this is your wood, if you put your sides on top like this, it's obviously going to be a different size than if you put them down like this. Now the way we measured them is to go down on the side like this. So that's the way we're going to be putting this together. So you need 3 pieces, the exact same size for your bottom and then your 2 sides.
Just goes really off. I'll see that edge.
Alright, I'll let you do it.
Okay.
You want me to hold it?
Can. There's not enough to hold.
Okay. Okay, one thing I also want to mention is we got this wood at Lowe's, and they do cut wood there. So we could have had these boards cut, but we decided we wanted to try to do it ourselves. But honestly, if next time if we were to do it, we might just say, okay, you know, just because we know that it has to be square, and can be a little, I mean, you just have to be diligent, I guess, with it, and you can get them to be square. Is that the word I want to use? Straight, square.
Yes.
But Lowe's and Home Depot do cut the wood for you. I don't know if there's an extra charge. I'm not sure about that. But you could just have whatever size wood you need. Just go there and have them cut it, and then you can go home and put it together. Now, the next thing that we're going to do... All right. Put this over here. We're not going to get jiggy with it anymore. Watch, we do the sides.
We're done right now. Yeah.
Okay, so this part, all we do is we are putting one of the sides here just to hold it up.
Sure. Moved. That one's not important over there.
Right, no,
This
I know.
one's the good one. Okay.
And they're lined up. He's going to go ahead and mark, we're actually doing it in centimeters because we need it to be so small. You don't want to, what we're doing is marking where we want the drill hole and the screw to go so that it goes through the center of the board you're attaching it to. Alright, so he's got a drill bit. What was it, 7/64?
Yes.
Okay, 7/64 of the size of his drill bit. So we're going to have to unplug and plug in a couple times here because he doesn't have his other screwdriver, but so we have to use the same one and switch out from the drill.
Alright, ready?
Yep.
Got it even?
So I'm holding it, and now this part is important also. The person holding it, you kind of want to look and make sure that he is straight up and down as you're looking at him, and from the side. Go ahead. Alright, you want... Okay. Back towards this way. Yep. Okay, so he drilled 3 holes, and now he's going to go ahead and just change the belt a bit to Phillips head, and he's going to put the screws in. I know you guys can't see very well, but I can't really be behind the camera when I have to hold this, so. I don't know why this is shifting a little bit.
Hopefully we're good.
See what I mean?
Yeah, that's not major important because the next piece is going to go on the inside. So.
Okay, so what we did is went ahead and attached this side to the bottom. So this right here is the bottom, and that's one of the sides. So now we're going to do the same thing and attach it over here.
Just get your scrap piece off the floor.
Oh yeah, get your scrap
Use it
piece,
to hold it in.
and it just kind of helps hold this all together. See, this is where, this is where this does not look even. See it?
That's alright. That's going to be the outside edge.
Oh, I see what you mean, okay.
Yeah, so just right there.
One thing I did want to say is, I know that there's probably going to be people watch this and say that, oh, you're doing that wrong, you could have done this, you should have done that, and that's all great, but we wanted to figure out a way that was easy to do, something that other people could do with maybe somebody who didn't really have experience doing things with woodwork. So yes, there are probably a bunch of other ways we could have done it.
Like a skill saw. Huh?
Yeah, like a skill saw would have been more accurate. But we are just working with the tools that we had. That's why I like putting the screw in that very first one.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to rush now. Okay, so this is what we have so far. As you can see, I hate stickers, but now the next thing that we are going to do is we're going to measure the the sides of this. We're actually almost done, if you can believe it. We're quick. We're going to measure these two sides, and this wood, the way it comes, it actually fits perfectly, obviously because it's the width, and we didn't cut any of the width, so that's what made it easy. We looked for wood that we wouldn't have to cut the width. So this slides right down in there. So now what we're going to do, this has to be, what, 4 3/4? 4 3/4 tall. So we're going to cut 2 pieces, 4 3/4, up the length of the wood, and that's going to be our side pieces. And then we just double check it again, make sure it's 4 3/4, and it is. And it is on that side as well.
You doing this one, or you want me to do it?
I'll do it.
Which end looks the best? Look on the inside. That's good. All right. Cool. Cut another one.
All right, so we're going to measure for the second one, the second side piece.
That's good. And that is just.
Come this end looks like it needs to go over tight.
That's it.
I want the pot, I want the hole. Look at now it's uneven.
Oh, I see. Eh? Now, do it again?
You go for it. the mold. For the most part. Now you can sand this down if you want to, which I may do a little bit. We also got handles, and these were only like $1.30 or something. And so we're going to attach these on the side, and then we will actually be done. Just go ahead and push it right now.
Alright. Is that where you want it?
Yeah, hold on.
Wow.
Hold it like this. Go ahead.
Oh.
Is it easier with me holding it?
I got it now.
Okay.
This will be easier.
So what he does right now, he just kind of pushes the drill or the screwdriver bit into the wood to give it a little divot for the screw to sit in. Oops.
And theoretically, it makes it easier.
And I just kind of eyeball it with these. Or mark it.
The only reason I'm doing that is you gotta hold that. Like a deeper hole.
This kind of can be the biggest pain of the whole thing.
That another screw. Yep, it is.
Good?
There we go.
All right, we're done. Yay! And so this, actually out of the wood, the amount of wood that I'll put in the description below, we had 4 of the boards that were 1 by 6 by 4, made exactly 3 of these molds. So I guess if you have any questions or comments, leave them below and I'll do my best to answer them. But this was basically to prove that just every ordinary day people that don't use tools on a daily basis can make a soap mold. So thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.